Time. Community in specialty coffee is everything to me because it is a driving change of evolution and progress of our industry. Last year, I talked about my community, how people in the industry inspire me to improve and grow, and how it leads to new opportunity to something exciting. Today, I'm circling back to my community to tell you about how it has evolved, how my network has expanded, and how it has led me to this new innovation that can influence coffee farming in the future. Starting with my espressos. Early this year, I flew to Panama to select my coffee with Kai Jensen at the farm. It was a good opportunity for me to reconnect with Kai himself and experience the landscape, terroir, and condition that produce amazing coffees. I was also able to have better access of coffees during harvest season, understand how many steps there are in producing coffee, and see how each one of them require hard work and attention to details to do well. Your espresso coffee today comes from one of my favorite farms at Jensen Estate. It's called the Los Alpes Farm. It's a lot number 845. This geisha coffee was grown 1,800 meters above sea level. Cherries were picked, cleaned, then fermented in a plastic tank in a controlled anaerobic environment for 48 hours. Now what I love about this coffee is this amazing structure in the cup and clarity of flavors from a natural ferment geisha. Now I always thought fermentation plays the most important part in post-harvest processing, but drying is just as important. This coffee was first dried on a cement patio for 2 days in a low humidity environment. Then it was rested in a grain pro bag for another 2 days, allowing the humidity to stabilize, before finish drying in a drum dryer for 7 days. Now this is going to give the coffee cherries much even drying throughout, resulted in a better longevity and consistency in the cup. And what makes Kai's coffee so good is his love, care, and these amazing geisha coffees that he produces. So judges, if you can please write down the tasting notes for espressos. You get yellow nectarine, blood orange, and black currants. My recipe today, 21 in, 50 out. Judges, when I serve you the espressos, I ask you to please stir 20 times, front to back, and place your use spoon in a white cup. This coffee has a medium weight, juicy, and a long lingering aftertaste. And judges, before I serve you this, I just want to tell you that my connection with Kai has evolved. It all started from me buying my first coffee from Jensen Estate, connecting through coffee expos, to visiting Kai in Panama, bonding over a glass or 7 bottles of wine. Our relationships has become much more personal, that I can now call him a great friend and part of my community. So I hope you guys enjoy those espressos. There you go. There you go, Ellie. There you go. Now judges, when you're ready, I ask you to please have a sip of water, cleanse your palate, and we'll move on. Now as I was at the farm, it got me thinking about what we like about coffee and how a Panamanian geisha is valued and prized. Because it has all the attributes that we love, like refined sweetness and body, floral notes, and distinct flavor profile. But not all coffee out there has the quality of the coffees that you just had. So how can we get more coffees to have the quality that we value in geisha coffees? Now I mentioned my network expanding. Every year I meet new people and build relationships. So let me introduce you to Tao Fan. He works for Biotechnology Lab in Taiwan. He introduced me to this new innovation in coffee growing called POPs, which stands for Position-Oriented Peptides. Essentially, POPs create an immune response in the coffee tree that releases more of the compounds that we like in coffee. In particular, it increases sweetness, improves flavor expression, and enhances fruity aroma and flavor. I immediately connected with Tao Fan after our conversation. We expanded the ideas of POPs to producers across origin, with the goal of maximize the expression of quality with POPs, in addition to high-quality farming practices. Now, my network expanded even further when Tao Fan introduced me to Satria, who is the producer of Wanaja Estate in the West Java region of Indonesia. Now, Satria has agreed on applying POPs in his farm to help me demonstrate the impact. POPs are applied like any liquid fertilizer, both on the leaves and to the roots. It was applied 2 times throughout the growing stages at fruit set and ripening. This is the coffee that I'm using for your milk course and signature drink today. An Indonesian varietal called Lini S. Grown at 1,500 meters above sea level, this coffee was carbonic macerated in a plastic tank for 4 days in a room temperature of 15 degrees. Now, Lini S is a varietal that is resistant to heat, leaf rust, and pests. It's a hybrid of both Typica and Liberica species. Now, I chose to use this coffee because when combined with POPs, it has this intense sweetness and articulate flavor expressions. So judges, if you can please write down your tasting notes for a meal course. You get hazelnut ice cream, milk chocolate, and strawberry compote. My recipe today, 20 grams in, 30 grams out. Here you go, Cindy. Please enjoy. To pair with this coffee, I'm using an evaporated dairy milk, which I sous vide for 2 hours at 80 degrees, reducing 15% of the water content in my milk, giving you harmonious balance and really highlight the strawberry notes in the cup. Ellie, this is for you. I connected with Satria at his farm. With having limited condition to grow well in Indonesia, he adapts and finds ways to implement better farming practices, such as growing more varietal like Lini S, pruning, and plant the coffee trees at an equal space, maximizes the nutrients absorption. Alicia, that's for you. Now, I wouldn't have the opportunity to bring you this coffee without my ever-evolving community and POPs. And I hope you enjoy, Adrian. Thanks for waiting. I'll be back. Judges, are we all ready? please join me to this table for a signature drink. You're comfortable? Feel free to look at the visuals as I explain, okay? Now let's talk about the coffee that you just tasted in the meal course. I've told you pops will apply. Now let me explain what is done. When applied to the tree, pops trigger an immune response that helps the plant to grow stronger, resist stress, and absorb more nutrients. It activates the sucrose phosphate synthase gene, an enzyme that controls the sucrose biosynthesis pathway. This directly increases the sugar level in the coffee cherry, resulting in more sweetness in a cup. Pops also enhances calcium signaling, which acts like a messenger during stress. It tells the plant to build defenses, activate metabolism, and boost the production of key aroma compounds. Now, among these compounds, there are two important monoterpenes that influence flavor. First of those is limonene, which brings out the citrus notes like lemon and orange, commonly found in high elevation coffees. And linalool, which is responsible for floral notes like jasmine and lavender, typically found in Ethiopian coffees and geisha varieties. Now with the inclusion of pops, this coffee tastes sweet, brown, and fruity. For my signature drink, I want to elevate those attributes that pops help improve in the cup. So we're going to start with 60 grams of Satria's espressos, same recipe as a meal course. First ingredient, I'm adding 20 grams of geisha flower tea. I prepare this by adding 20 grams of geisha flower, 100 grams of sugar, half liter of water, sous vide at 60 degrees for 2 hours. I chose to use this because geisha flowers contain high amount of linalool, which is going to enhance the floral element that pops express through this coffee, giving us a flavor of honeysuckle. Second ingredient, 20 grams of lacto-fermented passion fruit. I prepare this by fermenting 1 part passion fruit, 2% salt in the room temperature for 5 days. The reason I chose to use passion fruit because it pairs really well with the strawberry note of Satria's coffee, giving us a new note of dry apricot. Lastly, I have clarified milk whey. I've just prepared this with 40 grams of citric acid solution to 250 grams of dairy milk. Combine it together and strain it through a paper filter. I'm going to add 10 ml of this. This is going to balance out the drinks and gives us a smooth texture. I'm going to mix this drink over a frozen metal rocks. And we're also going to serve this drink slightly chilled to highlight those flavors even more, which much like pops, elevates this coffee. So judges, if you can please write down your tasting notes for your signature drink. You will get honeysuckle, dry apricot, and mango. Now I ask you to please evaluate the drinks, give it a light swirl, enjoy the drinks after I call time. So judges, everything that I talk about today is an example of why community in specialty coffee is so important to me. We are an ever-evolving network of knowledge, personal growth, friendships, and a source of inspiration. Keeps me excited and wanting to be a better coffee professional every day. I've learned and grown so much because of my community. And today, we've become a part of it as well. So judges, I look forward to continuing to explore and share pops and other innovations to a wider community in the future. Thank you for your time. It's my time.
Huge round of applause for Gabrel 10. Hello.
Hello.
Another very long round of applause.
Yeah.
That's lovely. Great. Thank you. Thanks
you.
for competing this year.
No worries.
Seems like you had a very big theme of innovation throughout your show
Innovations
today.
and community, just involving everyone. That's part of my journey. I talked about community last year, and I want to bring it back again this year because it's constantly evolving. It never stops, right?
And I think we've got such a wide community. It's not just the people that were here with us today, it's also the people back at the farms, the people in your roastery, and all of the other people that are with you as a community.
And you meet new people, and it's always that evolution.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the other thing that was really fun was to see things that we haven't really seen before here on stage. So things like the hops and other things that you brought through.
Yeah.
And the concept that you brought about the agricultural side of things as well.
Yeah.
So talking about how the agricultural side brings such a good impact onto the flavour as well.
100%. And again, you need healthy trees to have good tasting coffees, and everything comes from the soil, the trees, the plant, and how we treat it. Yeah.
It was absolutely a pleasure to watch.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, with all the other people that were watching as well, who can we thank today? I know there's a few out there for you.
I want to thank Kai and Taofan and Safia for bringing me this idea for amazing coffees.
Fantastic.
But definitely my team, everyone from Vanette, Pete, Jack, my partner, Craig, everyone has put so many hours from the past 3 years until now.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
Thank
and
you so
another
much.
round of applause, everyone, for Gab.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Alicia. Thanks, Ali. Thanks, Cindy. Thank you.